Hello, this is Harry Pollock. What you're watching right now is my most recent game that I've named Spook Em Up. It's a Halloween-themed beat-em-up game where you play as this ghost over here who has to defend himself against hordes of skeletons and other Halloween-related spooks. So, as the ghost, you have such abilities as the ectoplasm spit, which allows you to defend yourself against these enemies and attack them. Can also phase out of this dimension and become invincible to all enemy attacks. However, this move does not last long. You'll be soon dragged back into the real world, where you'll become vulnerable again. Finally, if you weaken an enemy enough, you can possess him. Here, they'll become blue when you weaken them enough, and that means that it's good for you to possess them. Once you possess them, since this is a skeleton that I've possessed, I have become a skeleton. As a skeleton, you have a different moveset, such as here, where I have the bone toss, where I toss a bone at them, and kind of hurts them, passes through enemies. You can also snap a piece off of my own ribcage and throw it at them as if the bone meringue, which, true to its name, comes back, and then after I throw it at them. So as the game progresses, you'll be finding more and more enemy types, such as the muertos over here, who slash their swords at you. So it's not only the enemies that change over the course of time, because if I skip a few stuff, the layout of the map also changes, so just platforms will appear. So here we see our first non-skeleton enemy, the bombers. Flying jack-o'-lanterns that will crash into the ground once you're in their sight. If you possess them as the ghost, you'll become the jack-o'-lantern character, which I haven't fully finished yet. So there are even more enemies here, such as the standard jack-o'-lantern, who will rise from the ground and spit fire at you. Each of them has a different face. Another enemy here is the poltergeist, who will just remain pretty harmless until he turns into the more aggressive, hostile version of him, here as seen here. In this state, he'll be able to damage you. Now, as you've seen in the corner over here, is the Reaper. He'll float around the stage and swing his sai at you, which can reflect back at him. It's the only way to attack him, since he is the Grim Reaper after all. And that about wraps it up for all the enemies that I've put in the game so far. So every 5 rounds there will be an intermission with a chest containing some useful items that will heal you. At this point, sometimes chandeliers will appear, which will come crashing down, hurting both friend and foe alike. Oh, and by friend I mean you, because you have no friends or allies in this game as of yet. You're on your own. Eventually, even parts of the floor will drop, and it will result in becoming the ghost again, meaning that you have to possess an enemy all over again. If you run out of health, you will have to lose a life and come back as the ghost again. If I speed things up here, just lose all my health. Once I just lose all my health and all of my lives, I'll get a game over. It might take a bit of time to die. Okay, so I'm almost done for it, so here we go. So as I die, just my last pumpkin falls onto the ground, spats, and it's game over. I'm also shown my score, which is 251, which isn't that great to be honest. So that's that. I hope you enjoyed what you've seen. Bye.